Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday again, and every Friday I put out a video that discusses something that can help your business grow, whether you're a public company, a private company, a startup, or an established business. And in today's video, I'm excited about this because this has helped me out a ton in my businesses. We're going to talk about 10 ways that you can improve the SEO on your website. For those people that don't know what SEO means, it is search engine optimization. It allows you to get picked up on search engines faster, right? So it allows you to get found. If somebody types in plumbing services in Milwaukee or CPA services in Brooklyn, you want to come up number one, right? And this is how that happens. It happens through search engine optimization. So that means all the tips and tricks to make your website show up number one. A little background, I've made a few websites show up number one myself. I did it by accident. I did it by blogging a ton of information about my products and services. And all of a sudden, I started coming up number one. I didn't realize what I was doing at the time, but I got really enthralled with the idea that when somebody searched something, I would come up number one without having to pay Google or Yahoo or Bing or YouTube, because you can actually SEO optimize your videos. You can SEO optimize your social media profiles. You can SEO optimize just about anything that's on the internet to make sure that it comes up easier in search. So let's get to it. Number one way, these are actually in no particular order. They're all good strategies, but I just want to go over 10 of them. And my blanket one, guys, is blog. If you have a website, you have a blog, the more you blog about your product or service, naturally Google and the search engines start making you an authority in your field, and you kind of tend to pop up to number one. But these are the other tricks that you kind of want to master to get to number one. So in no particular order, number one, optimize your page title and meta descriptions. So each page should have a unique and keyword-rich title under 60 characters, preferably. You want to write compelling meta descriptions to encourage clicks. So instead of using, like, for example, on your homepage, John's Plumbing, say use affordable plumbing services dash 24/7 emergency repairs, right? So it's kind of more descriptive. So your page titles matter, right? So instead of business plans, maybe effective business plan writer would be more effective. Now, why does that matter? Because no one's typing in business plans, they're typing in business plan writer, right? So if you want to show up on search, think about what people are searching or what they're typing into the search bar, and make sure that those terms are in your web page and at least in your title. So that's number one. Number two, use keywords strategically. So Google has a keyword planner. So if you just go into Google and type in Google keyword planner, or Uber suggest is another one, you'll be able to find more keywords there. And when you're putting in pages on your web page, you're going to have a page title, and then you're going to have the sub page title and the sub page. They're usually called heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. And you want to use those keywords throughout not just your headings, but also your URLs. So www.nicholascoriano.com/business plan writer, or nicholascoriano.com/Florida business plan writer, Connecticut business plan writer, right? And then when you're putting your content in there, your paragraphs of words, make sure to use those keywords strategically in there. Now, don't go keyword stuffing, what they call it, which is like they just shove keywords in there with no relevance. Use it in like you would when you're talking to somebody, right? Or when you're writing an article that you're trying to inform somebody about your products and services. So an example of this is like, instead of having a page that says our services, it could be affordable roofing services in Miami, right? So you sprinkle in those keywords strategically throughout your web page, and that'll help your SEO. Number three, improve your website speed. So Google and a lot of the search engines use speed as a metric, right? The faster your page loads, the better it's going to be for search engine optimization. Nobody, including myself, and I'm sure you go to a web page, it starts loading slow. What's the first thing you do? You click out of there and you go to the next page. So compress your images to be smaller, enable caching, and use lightweight themes on WordPress to make sure that your speed on your website is fast. You can use Google's Page Speed Insights to check the speed of your website, and that'll give you kind of a benchmark of where to start there for SEO purposes. Number four, make sure that your web page is website mobile friendly. If you don't know, most people are searching web traffic on your phone, on the phone. So 60% of actually 60% of web traffic is via a cell phone. And that number will probably go up as the rest of the world gets internet access. So make sure that it's mobile friendly. Google favors mobile friendly sites. Use Google's mobile friendly test to check. And so just Google's mobile friendly test, and it will come up with a place to see if your website is mobile friendly, and ensure that it has a responsive design. So that means, sometimes a website will show up one way on a computer and another way on a cell phone. There's themes or website builders that allow it to show up friendly on the mobile version. Make sure it's showing up friendly on the mobile version because this will increase your SEO ranking. Number 5 is what I said at the beginning, start a blog with SEO friendly content. Um, I'll give you my example. I'm a business plan writer and consultant on one website. On another website, I do investor relations. On my business plan writing website, right, I'm like, how to write a business plan, how to write a marketing plan, how to write a business plan for a cafe startup, how to write a business plan for a plumbing company, 10 tips when hiring a business plan writer, right? I just keep blogging about it and blogging about it and blogging about it. Now be careful because in today's AI generated world, there's going to be a lot of people that are tempted to go out and use AI, which I recommend you do, but make sure that it's custom content because if it's too generic, Google's going to flag you and be like, there's no real value here, right? So think about how a consumer will want to think about it. Does a consumer want to go there and get generic content, or do they want to go there and get really optimized content? Are you providing value to the reader? And does it have the keywords in there, right? So blogs that are informative, keyword optimized, long tail keywords, right? So like instead of just business plan writer, how to write a business plan for a Florida tennis facility, right? The long tail keywords are going to work better, and then publish constantly, right? I try to do at least once a week on my websites. Some people once a month, but I think once a week minimum. You should be trying to publish on your website. 2 to 4 times a month is about what you should be doing, depending on what you're trying to optimize for. Some keywords are going to be harder than others. You're obviously going to be, it's going to be harder for pizza place in New York City than it would be for pizza place in, Milwaukee, right? So keep that in mind when you're generating blog. But blog posts are my favorite way to come up number one on search engines. Number 6, optimize your images for SEO. So images, everything that's on your website has metadata. So if you upload, let's say, an image of a business plan, right? But that image is saved as 432.jpg. Well, Google doesn't know, right, what that image is, and they will know, by the way, in the future. So, but if you save that image as businessplanwriter.jpg or cafebusinessplan.jpg, it's going to help, right? Because now Google, when it crawls your website, it's going to say, oh, not only do they have text about business plan writing, they also have images. So it must be even more important than the other website, which didn't have images, right? So optimize all your images. And then sometimes underneath the images, they let you put a little text under there. Fill in that text, right? Be like, this is an image of, or this is an image of a business plan for a cafe in Florida, right? And all of that data, what they call metadata, will allow Google to read through it and say, oh, okay, this site is about business plan writing. And if someone's searching for a business plan writer, you're going to come up faster, okay? Number 7, get backlinks from other websites. So backlinks is, for example, there's another blog article on another website that says top 10 business plan writers, and they happen to mention me. Oh my God, awesome. And at the end, while they mentioned it, they put a little link that said, visit nicholascoriano.com, right? Or even better, in the context, they're like, there's a professional business plan writer based out of Connecticut, and they hyperlink that section. So when you click on the words professional business plan writer, it goes to Nicholas Coriano. That's a backlink. Okay, so a backlink could be on Facebook, right? You could put a post on Facebook and it has a link to your website and it links back to your website. The more links that are out in the universe, the more links that are all over the internet, the more Google says, well, this website must be important because there's all these other websites that are referencing this website and bringing traffic into this website. Now, that's in addition to the fact that if somebody was on Facebook, right, and they found that post and they clicked it, it'll get to your website. So think of it as all these roads that lead to your website. The more backlinks that come to your website, the more it'll boost rankings. So reach out to blogs, to do featured articles. Make sure you're on all the directories you can be on. Try to get on other industry websites for guest posts and partnerships. Make sure you list your business on Google, on Yelp, and on other industry directories, because the more links that there are out there in the universe that lead back to your website, the more the search engines say, well, this is more credible. We're going to boost the ranking and your SEO will improve. Number 8, fix links and improve internal linking. So sometimes you go to a website and it says, click this link, and then you click on the link and it gives you a 404 error, or it says page does not exist, right? Google reads that. And if it's not fixed, what Google's basically going to say is, well, this website's not all put together. Let's not drive too much traffic there because it doesn't look like it's finished, or it looks like it's broken. So make sure you go through your website internally on all of the pages and make sure that all the links are fixed, okay? Number 9, submit your website to the Google Search Console. So there's a way to actually go to Google and submit it. Say, hey, my website's up and running, Google. I want you to know that it's on here. So Google Search Console, that's what you're going to Google, Google Search Console, and it'll show you exactly the steps to add your website. And this will help Google crawl and index your website. And the last tip, number 10, encourage user engagement. So add call to action buttons like read more or get a quote or sign up. Allow for comments on your blog posts and then respond to them, right? Use social media to drive traffic to your website because Google considers that engagement, right? So the more that people are typing on your website or clicking buttons on your website and spending time on your website, the more Google ranks it higher in their search engine algorithm. And it shows them that says, hey, oh, look, people are engaged on this website. It must be better, right? And they're going to drive more traffic. So even if you implement half of these tactics, you're going to see a boost in your rankings. So start today with search engine optimization. It's one of my favorite marketing tools because once you get it right, it keeps bringing in traffic, and the ROI is great because it doesn't cost you much except your time. So if you need help with that, reach out to me. If you have any tips for search engine optimization, put it in the comment section below. And if you found this video useful, share it with your following, share it with your audience, email it to somebody, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel because I'll be back next Friday with another video. Hope you guys are good. See you soon.